Coming to you live from the cavernous Odd Bob recording studio east of Springfield. Welcome to the Dr. Kitsune Odd Bob Uncanny Coffee Hour.
Well, howdy, y'all. We're always trying to be respectful around these parts. We got a little bit of that there impish irreverence, and, we try to tell our stories with wit and wisdom. Taking a look at that there indigenous perspectives where we can. Now, you just pull up a hay bale over there and sit on down. You hear?
Jesus, no. I'm not doing an Old West accent. Hello all, I'm Saoirse, and I change shapes and voices for the stories. See, I'm a puka, and we do that. Now, as far as the funny accent, I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Brought to you this week by Dr. Kitsune's Marvelous Miracle Hair Tonic. 1,000,001 uses. Frizzy flyaway hair?
I could use that.
Balding?
Yeah, I am bald.
Got dander like a shedding snake in the sun? Never fear. Dr. Kitsune's Marvelous Miracle Hair Tonic will do the trick.
Well, I take some.
Guaranteed to do absolutely nothing for your looks,
Oh, never mind.
but sure will boost your confidence. Makes your hair shiny and strong. While I use it, try some Marvelous Miracle Hair Tonic today. Get some.
I used that hair tonic and I had a baby.
Get some.
It's a hairy baby.
Get some.
Hey.
Bob.
What is it? Oh, my God.
Sorry, Gracie.
Where did you come from? Yeah, you scared the dog, not me.
Well, we just thought we'd drop by.
Yeah, good to see you guys. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm sucking diesel today.
Yeah, it's a nice day out, isn't it? So
Friggin'
far?
awesome.
Yeah.
I love the fall.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome.
I want to clarify that. I'm not talking about the fall of society. I'm talking about the fall of the year. Just in case anybody was wondering, because...
Well, they're both happening, and you can't really do much about either, can you?
That's right. Anyway, so what are we talking about today?
Well, okay, so this is the deal. I was thinking, because we're getting close to Halloween and spooky season, maybe we could have an episode or two that's talking about spooky spirits.
Spooky spirits.
Oh.
I am kind of a Halloweenie. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday.
Yeah, I love Halloween too. It's become really big.
Maybe if we had some of our Latinx, Latino, Latina friends give us a call, we could also do a Dia de los Muertos special.
Oh, that would be so cool. Yeah, do you
So-
know anybody?
I do know a few people. I'll ask them. If it doesn't come out this year, then we'll do one for next season. I think that'd be cool. I mean, we still have to do like La Llorona.
Yeah.
I did have some volunteers that wanted to do that story.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
let's do it. Time for
Story submission breakdown. The Sasquatch touched me. What are my bathing suit covers?
If you have a story that you would like to share with us or are interested on coming on the podcast, just drop us an email at
uncanny.coffee.story@gmail.com.
or go on to our website at,
UncannyCoffeePodcast.com.
and there's instructions right there. You can just click the link and that should do it.
I don't know.
God damn it.
We'll figure it out. Just go on the website. You'll figure it out. You were also saying something about doing a two-parter, maybe doing a spooky stories from the Wild West and then spooky stories from Japan, from
Yes.
the East.
I say we do Old West spooky and Old East spooky.
Well, Japan, is actually the far west. It's not the far east anymore.
Okay.
My opinion.
No, I'm okay with that. I'm just saying, like, I was going for like an East-West cool, like,
We could do west and far west.
West, far west, sure. So what's East now? What's far East then?
I don't know. Is there east anymore?
Europe?
I mean, Jim Morrison said
Well, we could do
The West is the best.
We could do East Coast. We know
East Coast,
we have a good amount of friends on the East Coast that have seen. Maybe we'll do Gettysburg or something like that.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Didn't your brother just go to Gettysburg?
Yeah, he did. He watched a baseball game there.
I dare say, Union Major General John Reynolds, this is much more fun than scaring tourists.
He didn't check out ghosts?
No. He watched baseball games and then he bought himself a convertible.
What's your brother's name?
Mike.
He's not Odd Mike.
He is Odd Mike, but he's amazing too. So
he's amazing, Mike.
Shout out to
You're Odd Bob. He's amazing, Mike.
Is that like a discount magic Mike?
So, what are you drinking? Speaking about drinking.
I'm having cowboy coffee.
Yeah.
But pumpkin spice cowboy coffee.
Well, now, that sounds like belly wash to me.
I don't think that's a thing.
I saved that for you. I saved the reveal just for this moment for you.
I really don't think that's a thing.
It is, and here's why. So I can't afford to go buy coffee right now. So I had this bag of coffee given to me that was pumpkin spice something, and I just made cowboy coffee for the
You
episode.
just threw the grounds in the hot water.
Yeah. Well, I did a pour over.
Do you see her face?
I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I do.
She can't even speak right now. Do you see her face?
Okay, to be honest, I did a pour over.
Looked like you swallowed a bug.
You are a sick man.
Not real cowboy coffee where you just throw the grounds into the hot water, but I did a pour over because I didn't want coffee grounds in my teeth and whatnot.
Would you use a paper towel?
No, I used an actual filter.
You're all hat and no cattle, as they say.
Okay.
This is sounding less and less cowboy, isn't it?
So you had urban cowboy coffee.
That's right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What are you
Pumpkin
drinking,
spice.
Saoirse? What are you drinking, Saoirse?
With oat milk.
Oh no, don't forget the hippie milk.
What's that?
Well then, I'm drinking absinthe with a splash of laudanum and feeling just splendiferous. Pod.
Okay, as long as you're happy.
Yeehaw.
Now that you made fun of what I'm drinking, which is delicious, by the way, what are you drinking?
Well, I'm drinking some sarsaparilla tea.
Sarsaparilla?
Sarsaparilla tea.
Sarsaparilla?
Now, did you know, although sarsaparilla was an Old West drink, it's actually a tropical plant that grows in Jamaica. It has been used throughout history. It also grows in parts of Asia.
Yeah.
And it's been used throughout history to treat conditions like arthritis, psoriasis, and even syphilis.
Interesting. So it was brought to the Old West.
What's that?
It was brought to the Old West?
Yeah.
Like tumbleweeds. Like they're
Like
not really
tumbleweeds,
from
yeah.
here. They're just, people associate it with Old West.
Like blackberries now in Oregon.
yeah.
The bastard brought Himalayan blackberries here, and
Oh, really?
they're the
Is that why they
are
suck
the
so bad?
scourge of Oregon.
Oh, yeah. They're awful.
I
And
was
those
like,
stupid
when-
little weeds that I call them the Spock weeds because there was that episode of Star Trek where they tried to go up to a plant and it just poofed its seeds
Yeah.
all over them.
Spock, you've been sexually assaulted by a plant. Spock.
We have those weeds here where you try to pull them and it's like all the seeds just instantly go.
Well, blackberries is like concertina wire.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it when people move here from some other place and like, oh, I love blackberries. Then after 2 seasons of it, they're like, God damn blackberries.
I love a good blackberry jam.
I still like blackberries.
I love eating blackberries, but I don't like
But
them.
I also, I also cut them back with extreme prejudice.
Well, I use them as a kind of a security barrier on my place.
Yeah.
And I did actually invent some tools to get rid of blackberries.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get them patented. Maybe we can throw them in the merch section when I do get them patented.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they're called the effin' blackberry tools.
Dr. Kitsune's.
Dr. Kitsune's effin' blackberry tools.
There you go.
And it's capital F, capital N, blackberry tools.
Nice.
Are you going to keep flapping your gums or do I need to hobble your lips? Jingle your spurs and let's talk about ghosts.
Dunk-a-dunk.
Yeah. Donk-a-donk, badonk-a-donk.
All right.
So I've got some Old West to tell you about. You know, I'm from the Old West.
What part of the Old West are you from?
Not the Old West, but the 70s West.
70s West.
That's old now for some people.
What West are you from?
I am from Eastern Oregon originally.
Eastern Oregon. That is West.
Yeah.
And, there was, the Oregon Trail.
Yep.
You can't get any more west than that.
Nope. I grew up right next to the ruts of the Oregon Trail.
What town?
Well, it's this little town called North Powder. And
North
it is
Powder.
a suburb
Isn't
of Baker City.
I was going to say, isn't that near Baker City?
Yeah, which is hilarious because there's, Baker City is so small anyway. There's not really suburbs. There was one light in town when I was growing up.
That's where my brother Andy Lee's family's from.
Oh, I did not know that.
They're like 6th generation, 7th generation Chinese Americans.
There's a big Chinese cemetery out there.
Yeah.
Historic Chinese cemetery. It's kind of sad.
There's also stories about like gold mining out there, like the Blue Bucket Mine.
Yep.
And his family had a story about the golden chickens.
Yeah.
They owned a Chinese restaurant, and they would feed the whole chicken to other people, but they would eat the gizzards and the hearts and the livers because, Americans and especially Western people didn't want to eat those parts.
Yeah.
And when they'd cut the gizzard open, sometimes they'd find a gold nugget. When they'd do that, they'd throw it in a mayonnaise jar. And there was enough gold there to send Andy's dad to college when he left home.
So all we need to do is get some property in Eastern Oregon
and raise chickens.
Raise chickens. Yeah. So my first haunted story, it comes from Baker City. And I've actually been to this place. I've stayed there twice. So let me just give you a rundown. Actually, let me back up a little bit. So in the Old West, for any of our listeners that don't know, Baker City was really born out of the gold rush. It's in the plains of the Powder River. Gold was discovered in 1860, and that's what made it start to really boom.
Gold! Gold, I tell ya! Gold!
It got much bigger after a railroad was added. I forget. I thought I had the date written down here, but there was a railroad added, and of course, then it shot up. Yeah, 1884.
Snooze. I've heard better tales from a prairie dog. Let me tell it. I'll just get into cowboy form here.
There. That's much better. Now, it's better to keep your mouth shut and look stupid than open it and prove it. I'll take it from here. Baker City. Known as the Queen City of the Inland Empire by the late 19th century. The town had everything a cowboy could want, and the citizens felt like a fat man just handed a sandwich. Times were good. Gold, rail, even a city street railway company that provided horse-drawn streetcar service, connecting train depots to downtown hotels and fancy big city living on the Powder River. This was when the subject of our story came to be. The Geyser Grand Hotel, a hotel of stone and mahogany, erected... No, that ain't right. It wasn't just erected, it was raised, like a monument. Some fellas named Geyser, flush with gold dust and big ideas, decided this Queen City needed a palace. And by golly, they built one. Had a clock tower so high you could see clear to next Tuesday, and a stained glass ceiling in the lobby that'd make a preacher weep with joy. Thing is, booms don't last forever. The gold thinned out, the world kept spinning, and after a while, the old Geyser, she got tired. Now me, I'd rather have a full belly than a full barn, but I'll settle for both if I can get 'em. But the old Geyser Grand, well, paint started peeling like a sunburn after a long cattle drive. The fine carpets got worn thin as a gambler's promise. For decades, she was just a ghost of herself, a flophouse mostly. Most folks figured she was done for. But then, Back in the 90s, some folks with more vision than sense decided she was worth saving. They didn't just slap on a coat of paint. No, sir. They dug in deep, bringing her back to life, piece by piece. Took 'em years, but when you wake up a place that's been sleeping that long, you don't just wake up the wood and the stone. You wake up the stories and the folks who never quite checked out. They say if you stay in room 302, you might get a visit from the lady in blue. 1 second while I bend the elbow. Apologies. I'll continue. Some folks say the most famous spirit is the occupant of room 302. The former owner, Maybelle Geyser, well, she uses that room in life and beyond. Now she's got an eye for jewelry, so don't be shocked if a new watch or a shiny ring isn't where you left it. You'll get it back. Probably. She's just borrowing it for a while. You'll know she's near if you catch a whiff of rose perfume on the air, or see a flash of her blue dress out the corner of your eye. She ain't mean, just still around. She's a gentle one, though. Can't say the same for the fella down in the kitchen. They say way back when, the chef had a real bad run-in with the old dumbwaiter. Seems he lost his head over it. Literally. And it seems he's still fit to be tied about it. The kitchen staff will tell you stories that'll curl your bacon. Pots and pans flying off the racks, heavy pantry doors slamming shut so hard they shake the floorboards. Then told that not so long ago, one of the chefs was in the kitchen alone, prepping for the dinner rush. Swears on the stack of Bibles that a whole flat of clean glasses just lifted up off the counter, hung there in the air for a second, plain as day, then bam, dropped and shattered all over the gob-dang floor. Seems that old cook is still trying to run his kitchen, and he don't take kindly to new folks in his space. Then there's that young lady who's been seen roaming around the hotel. They say she lost her love. A cowboy who found himself on the wrong side of a Colt single action. Now she just wanders, a part of the hotel itself. You might find her on the grand staircase or down in the basement, the smell of her rose perfume hanging still in the air. The Wild West never smelled so good. And they ain't the only ones holding on. Down in the old saloon, late at night, when the whole town is asleep, folks have heard things. The low murmur of voices, the clink of whiskey glasses, the soft shuffle of cards. A poker game that's been going on for 100 years, I reckon. Just a bunch of old miners and cowboys who ain't ready to fold their hand just yet. So you see, when they brought that hotel back, they brought it all back. The mahogany, the stained glass, and the echoes. They say every old building has stories. The Geyser Grand? Oh, her stories ain't just in the history books. That's the which a why you can still find 'em walking the halls. Now, most folks think hauntings are an inland thing. You know, dusty old hotels in gold rush towns, saloons with bullet holes in the walls, stories you can tell around a campfire. But you get out to the Oregon coast, and that's a different kind of lonesome. That ocean, well, it'd be the biggest, meanest graveyard there is. And sometimes it gives back. Ride the shore north from Florence. You'll come to a bluff in the distance with a bone-white finger pointing up at a gray sky. That, my friends, is the Heceta Head Lighthouse. She was built her way back in the 1890s. Weren't no highway then, no sir. Just cliffs and angry water. They had to haul every last brick, every piece of that big old lens up the cliff face from boats bobbing in the surf, and in danger of being smashed to smithereens on the rocks. Yes, sir, it'd be a place built on pure grit and stubbornness. Now, for near 70 years, fellas lived out there with their families. The lightkeepers, they call them. A lightkeeper's life is just you, your family, maybe a couple other folks, and nothing else but that big moaning ocean. Do your job. Keep the fire lit agin the dark. Pay no mind to the bone-chillin' wet clothes in the storms. Get up the next day and do it again. Yep, cold, dark, lonely. And it seems one of those brave souls that lived and worked up at the lighthouse, well, they just never seemed to be able to leave. Her name was, her name is Rue. The story goes she was the wife of one of the assistant keepers. She had a little girl who, well, she met a bad end. Legend is she walked into the fog, then some say she fell from the cliffs. Others say that the skookum had some weary plot of vengeance against the man and his wife. Either way, the loss broke something inside Rue that never healed. A pain that strong, sometimes it just don't fade. It soaks into the wood and rock. It stains the air. Now, she ain't a mean spirit, not like some. She has no drive to make pots and pans rattle, or throw your best comb across the room. She's more of a, well, what I would call a presence. A real stickler for keeping the house proper. Just ask some of the folks who stay in the old keeper's house and they'll tell you. You see, it's a bed and breakfast now. If you're brave enough, you can stay the night. You leave a book out, you might find it back on the shelf. That shot glass you left on the table might just find its own way to the kitchen sink. She just wants things kept right. The real uncanny things, now that happens up in the attic. One of the caretakers years back swore he saw the attic window getting cleaned, saw the streaks disappearing one by one. Problem is, he was standing outside, and there ain't no floor in that part of the attic to stand on. But it's hardly the cleaning that'll bother you the most. No, sir. It's the sounds that'll get you. Late at night, you can hear the scrape of her dress on the floorboards overhead, or the sound of soft humming, and then, as you're drifting off, the soft, mournful sound of a woman crying. Sometimes, in the dead quiet, and before you've had your whiskey, you'll see a flicker in the corner of your eye, a smoky gray shape in a doorway, just for a second, before it melts back into the shadows. No angry she ain't. She's just looking. Still looking for her little one. And a place that lonely, with a spirit that lost, well, that's a kind of cold that ain't got nothing to do with the wind off the water.
Well, that was a good story.
There we go.
I like it when Saoirse spins a yarn.
That's right. Them old West cowboys are now new West ghosts.
Feckin' idiots. You got a better one.
Watch out for One-Eyed Pete.
One eye to say.
I'm cutting One-Eyed Pete off. He's had about too much to drink.
So we did Old West Ghosts.
Those are some good stories. I like that.
Next time, we can do Ghosts of the Old East.
The Far West.
Far West. That's right.
No, the Old East. I like that. Ghosts of the Old East.
Is that yokai also? Yokai aren't really ghosts, though.
Ghosts are yurei.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
Yurei.
Yeah.
So, but there are some spooky stories that might be kind of cool.
Yeah. So we'll be back again next time with more spooky stories, some scary brews.
So pull up a rice bale, have yourself a seat, and listen in for more uncanny chat.
We do not know how to end a podcast.
No, we don't. We need some.
We just want to do this all the time, you guys. We'll just talk 24 hours a day.
We're
You can
having
just
fun.
Tune into us.
We are having fun. I hope you're having fun too.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope everybody's having
We're
fun
not even
listening.
asking for money.
I mean, look at how relaxed Gracie looks.
Let them have their coffee and tea.
I think so.
Their little routines in their lighted rooms.
I think she's okay.
All right.
They think the stories are finished, packed away until next time.
We will have a merch section.
All this talk of places with stains,
Merch
echoes that won't fade,
Sex.
a heartbroken woman by the sea, a gambler who won't leave his table, a chef still angry in his kitchen.
Merc life.
Merch.
They're just tales of places far away. But every old house has its whispers. Every dark road has its shape in the mist. The stories aren't over. They're waiting. In the quiet corners of your house, your car, the woods, the desert. Go on. Be still for just a moment after the music stops. That little sound you'll hear. It wasn't the wind. One last sad note. We here at the Uncanny Coffee Hour are heartbroken by the loss of Dr. Jane Goodall. We understand that a great silence has fallen over the forests of the world, for they have lost their most patient listener. A scientific pioneer and tireless conservationist, she showed us every day what it means to keep an open mind, even when it seems uncanny.
Let's fight to the very end. Let's let the children know, that there is hope if they get together. And even if it becomes impossible for anybody, it's better to go on fighting to the end than just to give up and say, okay.
Thanks for listening. Join us next time for more uncanny chats and coffee and tea. You can find out more about us, read show notes, and get your uncanny merch at www.uncannycoffeepodcast.com. Until next time, remember,
Never whistle at night.
Acetaminophen is not your enemy.
And above all else, remember,
We are not all monsters. Thanks to all of our listeners out there.
Uncanny Coffee Hour is produced by
Bob Messon.
and Mitch Kyoto Kitsune.
Executive producer, Gracie the Wonder Dog.
Uncanny Coffee Hour is copyright protected by all laws, foreign, domestic, and ubernatural by the Unseelie Court. What? I have dark nipples, Saoirse.
You know,
Well,
I didn't ask.
People like looking at women's nipples. People do not like looking at men's nipples. At least I don't think they do.
Which people? Yeah, I don't know. That's a pretty blanket statement there. I'm sure there's some people out there that like looking at men's.
My wife always says no one wants to see that.
Well, I think that's because we're older and maybe a little overweight.
Oh.
Always respect the local ways.